Hey, what's up, guys? Chad here with the Reptile Rangers. Now, we're at the Kernersville Reptile Zoo and Medical Center today, and I'm going to show you something that's honestly kind of laughably pathetic, okay? And it's, unfortunately, we see this far too often. And so for you guys that know a lot of, that have been following us for quite a long time, a lot of the things that we do is a lot of medical care, a lot of, we take in a lot of rescued or seized animals, abandoned animals, things like that. And this one is no different, but just for some reason I had the thought to at least film this, and honestly brings up a good point that I want to, that I do want to point out to folks to show just how stupid or how pathetic some people really are, and how little they care to do just a tiny amount. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do a tiny amount of research to have figured this out. But anyways, had a contractor that called me just a little while ago, interestingly enough, and said, well, I got this turtle that was left. The house was just abandoned. I do flooring work, and that he had this turtle. He had this turtle that was left in an aquarium, that he wanted to bring it by the zoo here and bring it to us. Okay, fine, no big deal. I mean, we get 5,000 plus turtles a year brought to us from all over the country, so whatever, just another turtle. And we'll take it in. So make sure everything's good to go with it, and then find it a place to go to. Well, he comes walking through the door, and I'm going to show you this here in a second. He comes walking through the door, and I instantly start laughing, because I'm like, wow, okay. So here, I'm gonna show you this. Let's take a look at this. We'll talk about this here for a second, but let's take a look at this. Okay, so for those of you that know anything at all about reptiles, what's the first two? Well, and there's tons of obvious problems here, but what's the first obvious problem? We have a eastern box turtle in a 10-gallon habitat that was set up for a water turtle. So again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, folks, to figure out very quickly if you have a land turtle or a water turtle, like this in this picture here, okay? Land turtle, water turtle. Not complicated. But just the sorriness of just this habitat, and I'm assuming you can see on the back of the shell right there is one of those freeze-dried shrimps. You can see other shrimp. Matter of fact, right there is a shrimp. Right there is a shrimp. Right there is a shrimp. The absolute patheticness of the morons keeping this turtle is, like I said, is incredibly hilarious. I don't even really know where to go with just the level of ignorance that is protruded just in this one picture. However, okay, so this guy belongs on land, not swimming around in water. They eat bugs, they eat worms, they eat fruits, they eat vegetables, not shrimp. I mean, yes, they will eat shrimp, but no, they don't go swimming for shrimp. Box turtles, however, are actually pretty good swimmers, okay? So let me kind of play devil's advocate for a second, but they're not a freaking aquatic turtle. They don't belong, and for one thing, they don't belong in a 10-gallon tank. Even a water turtle doesn't belong in a 10-gallon tank. That'd be like me stuffing you in a toilet and expecting you to live, a full life at an adult size inside of a toilet. It's not going to happen. You're not going to live. However, welcome to our world. Of course, that goes with about the state of a lot of other things going on. Ignorance in motion. So, again, welcome to our day-to-day life and the things that we have to deal with and and try and correct and take care of. Thankfully, this guy right here is in actually really, really good shape. This boy is in fantastic shape. But I'm assuming they probably called it in the wild not long ago, given that he's actually not in bad shape, and stuffed him in a water tank thinking he was a water turtle. And again, most everybody has a cell phone in their hand. It doesn't take 5 minutes to look on the phone and kind of get an idea as to what you got going on there. Or make a phone call. Again, it's not complicated. But, for whatever reason, they felt it was necessary to put this big guy in this little tank and not even set him up correctly or feed him the correct stuff. So, there you have it. So again, welcome to our world, the wonderful world of dealing with ignorance, okay? Now, for those that are honestly trying to learn, we want to teach them. We want them to learn. But for people that do crap like this and never really try and actually learn, they just, oh, it's cool, it looks cool, I'm just going to slap it in this, that's what it's supposed to be in. You're an idiot. So do your research. And for those of you guys that follow us, obviously almost all of you guys would probably knew what this was right out of the gate. But this is just bringing forth education that we as keepers, that we as professionals, need to make sure we're getting education out there, getting the information out there, so that folks will learn who to get a hold of, what they have, how to take care of these animals, and not just pull something out of the wild because they thought it looked cool, or go buy something in a store because they thought it looked cool. Getting what they're supposed to have, making sure the animal has a good quality of life. All right, now, this is Chad. We are the Reptile Rangers here at the Kernersville Reptile Zoo and Medical Center. This is really not an episode I was expecting to do. I was expecting to do something totally different on lines of medical eye conditions today. However, this just come walking through the door, and a perfect opportunity for a little bit of education and showing just what folks like myself have to deal with on a day-to-day basis or on a regular basis. We are on a day-to-day basis as large as we are in a lot of the things that we do, but some folks that may not be as large, they still deal with the same foolishness, and they're dealing with it on a regular basis. So, let's just help these animals out as absolutely best as we can and get the right information out there, okay? Again, we appreciate you coming along. Our information will be in the description below for those needing to get in touch with us. We do have the storefront with, of course, supplies, pets, all the trimmings that you would need, food and stuff. We do have the TikTok channel entitled Reptile Rangers. We do have the Instagram page under Kernersville Reptile Zoo. And, of course, we have the zoo with all kinds of fun things on exhibit. King cobra, mambas, rattlesnakes, alligators, turtles, tortoises, tarantulas. We got all kinds of cool stuff inside the zoo. So again, we appreciate you coming along and following along with us week after week after week. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. And for those that already have, we appreciate you doing so. So now we'll either see you here at the zoo or we'll see you on the next episode. Later.